If you're stuck with a potato PC, you've probably tried a few Android emulators and got hit with lags, freezes, or crashes right out of the gate. But the truth is, not all emulators are built with weak systems in mind. That's why in this video, I've got 4 emulators that actually run, even on machines with no graphics card. So, if you're tired of wasting your time on emulators that barely open, this video's gonna save you a lot. So, starting up with the first number, we have MemuPlay 9. Now, this emulator is one of the best choices out there for low-end PCs, especially if you're aiming to play Android games without your system catching fire. Memu 9 runs on Android 9, which makes it modern enough to support nearly all popular apps and games, while still being lightweight enough to run on setups with just 2 cores and 4 gigs of RAM. You're not gonna get buttery smooth performance right out of the box though. On your first launch, you might need to tweak a few settings based on your PC specs, just to make sure it runs at its absolute best. But once it's set, the experience will be surprisingly smooth. It also supports features like key mapping, multi-instance, and screen recording, which is super impressive. Now, yes, some users do experience minor lags or crashes, but most of that can be fixed easily. Just make sure virtualization is enabled in your BIOS and that you've cleared out unnecessary background apps. A bit of optimization goes a long way here. So if you're after an emulator that's light, stable, and actually makes gaming possible on a budget setup, MemuPlay 9 is definitely worth trying. Secondly, we have the Lenovo Emulator. Now, this one isn't very popular, but once you get to know it, you'll realize it's actually a hidden gem, especially for low-end users. The interface is not flashy, but it's clean, responsive, and gets the job done. But there's one major catch in this emulator. Unlike others, it doesn't come with the regular Google Play Store. Instead, you'll find a built-in app store that's in a different language, which honestly isn't very useful. So to install anything, you'll need to import APK files manually using the built-in APK import feature. It works fine, but yeah, it's an extra step to keep in mind. Now, if you're still stuck in the old age and don't know how to download Android APK files on your PC, go ahead and check out this video. It'll help you out. As for system requirements, the minimum RAM needed is just 2 GB, but I'd strongly recommend having at least 4 GB to get a smoother experience. So, if you're tired of all the mainstream emulators choking your PC, this one is definitely worth a shot. Next up is SmartGaga. If you've been in the emulator space for a while, you've probably heard of this name before. SmartGaga is one of those classic lightweight emulators that still holds up, especially for low-end PCs. It's designed to run on machines with as little as 2 GB or 3 GB of RAM, making it a go-to choice for older setups. Now, the real reason people still love it is because of the Turbo AOW engine, specifically built for smooth Android gaming, especially for FPS titles like Free Fire, PUBG Lite, and Call of Duty Mobile. So, if you're trying to get the maximum FPS out of minimum specs, SmartGaga is a pretty solid option. Lastly, we have the Mumu Nebula. Now, this is the lightest Android emulator I've ever tested in my life. And I'm not just throwing words. It can literally run on systems with just 1 GB of RAM. And you don't even need to enable virtualization technology for it to work. So, you can imagine just how highly optimized it really is. Now, let's be clear, this emulator is not built for heavy gaming, but for basic games, casual use, or just running Android apps on an old setup. It gets the job done, and it does it smoothly. So if you're on a super old laptop, or just need something simple and stable, Mumu Nebula is absolutely worth trying. So, these were some of the best Android emulators you can actually run on a low-end PC. If you've still got any questions or need any help, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if this helped you out, you know what to do. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.